So we know that the Bundesliga attracts a rabid audience, but did you know that their attendance is far higher than any of their competitors when it comes to the average attendance of their Premier League, Bundesliga games in comparison to the other ones? Well, this recent statistic that was posted on Reddit kind of showcases the difference between the Bundesliga and the closest one next to them, the Premier League, and so on. So let's take a look and we'll run through. So as you can see, the Bundesliga averaging around 40,728 fans throughout 2016, 2017 so far. The Premier League right there next to them, 5,000 short, 35,621. And then we've got La Liga at 27,000, Serie A at 21, the 20,000. I can't believe that no one's watching the Belarusian Premier League. What is going on? Remarkable football happening there. And of course, an embarrassing point that I must throw in is that Glasgow Celtic's very own Scottish Premier League doesn't even make the top 20 European leagues. Oh, sweet Jesus, but it still plays home to one of the most competitive rivalries in football, which is happening to take place this weekend in the Old Firm. So I'll either be high on hopes, celebrating with some beers, or I'll be drowning my sorrows, drowning my sorrows with some beers. But either way, it's an important reminder, because I know that we're caught up in this Premier League bubble. I was born into the bubble. I've watched the Premier League since I can remember. And I've always loved the competition, the fire, the passion, which was often driven by fans. Fans turn up in their numbers to watch, and now as ticket prices go up, the number and average of people going to games is dipping a little bit. To go and be an Arsenal fan, it's almost like a full-time job, not just emotionally draining, as we've talked about before, but the pricing is ridiculous. So there's something to be said about the Bundesliga. We know there was a recent story that was covered about Borussia Dortmund. They were advocating for ticket prices to not go up and were making sure that their fans are rewarded for their loyalty. Bayern Munich also, on a very similar note, were trying to make sure that prices were not going up, as the demand for world football continues to pump in more money. More often than not, the fans are the one that have to pay the price, and they have to continue to up their ticket prices. But the Bundesliga has always looked to preserve their fans and make sure that they still want to come out and support their team. And that's showcased in the average attendance, 5,000 more on average than the Premier League, arguably the best league in the world, the most passionate, the most competitive, the most intriguing. The Bundesliga still attracts a larger on average audience, and that is a reminder. As we know, when you look at the leagues, the Serie A has never really been known for its intense environment. I mean, I've watched Juventus games where I honestly could pick out like 20 to 30 fans, I swear to God, just sitting around. There was games I remember when Juventus weren't playing in the Champions League. They had a league game and they filled the place for the Champions League, and then the following couple of days they had a league game that almost half of the audience didn't turn up. And that happens in the Premier League as well. I'm not saying that. We know Manchester City has an act for allowing for plenty of open seats. You can spread your legs out and stuff like that because there's only like 11 people there, as we know. But more often than not, the Premier League is often portrayed as having the most loyal fans, and everyone turns up week in, week out to watch their team. But it's not as true when it comes to the Bundesliga. They definitely look to reward their fans for their loyalty, and at least in certain cases, such as we've seen with Dortmund, don't want to see their prices go up so that the fans are discouraged from turning up to the game. So thought we'd bring this clip up, give credit to the Bundesliga. We don't often do a lot of Bundesliga clips because I'm often caught up talking the Premier League, which of course I've admitted to being my favourite league, and La Liga, but credit to them. It's due to the rise of RB Leipzig, who are a dominant team in Bundesliga from now on. All right, let us know what you think. Comments, were you surprised by this? Who did you think was going to be the average highest attended league in all of world European football? And let us know on Twitter, Francis_Maxwell TOT Sports, Francis M. Maxwell on Instagram. Peace.